Hello and welcome to Podcast Valley Sunday, the Monkees podcast that takes you episode by episode through 2 seasons of Monkee Mayhem. I am one of your hosts, Chris Paco.
I'm the other one, Jeff Cameron.
And how are you, Jeff?
Doing all right. How about you today?
Oh, I'm doing great. We have
how have the last 7 days treated you?
Very monkey filled.
Oh yeah, man.
Yes.
Since the last time we did this.
Yes. It has been nothing but monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we have today is episode 2, Monkee See Monkee Die. A great title, actually.
Tremendous. Good to get the death motif onto your kids' show.
Yeah.
Early. It's not often, I don't think, you would see the episode title.
No.
Anyway,
No.
Back then.
No.
It's just probably on the inside to keep track of the episodes back then.
Yeah, every episode is definitely titled. And
Yes.
it always just, like all the Friends ones are the one with.
Yes.
And it's, But yeah, so Monkee See, it might say it like in the TV guide, maybe it would have the name of the episode, maybe.
But usually just have a little sentence about what it's about.
Yeah, it's weird, because even then, you'd have no idea what this was about. You just think they spelled monkey wrong. But yeah, so directed by James Frawley, again, 2 in a row. Big James, coming in hot.
Get used to saying that.
Yep, it was September 19th, 1966, and it was in full swing. Monkey Mania just heating up, essentially.
Yes.
It would have been crazy. When you go from the first episode, which is like a spy caper kind of thing, then you come to this one, which is like a haunted mansion kind of thing.
Yes. However, the haunted mansion thing wasn't quite probably a thing yet, because this is still early on in the land of network sitcomery. Yeah. And eventually it's like a Scooby-Doo episode, but Scooby-Doo's not even a thing yet, right?
No, really? Scooby-Doo wasn't out yet?
I don't think quite yet. I think it was more...
That'd be close.
68-ish. 67-ish?
I don't know.
Oh, we'll get the research team to investigate the start of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I would have thought...
And in one of the iterations of Scooby-Doo, I remember seeing Mickey Dolenz on the voice cast.
Oh, really?
Yes. He would do you can imagine Mickey doing all kinds of different townspeople voices.
Yeah, it started in 69, Scooby-Doo. So there you go. Was pre-Scooby-Doo.
Pre-Scoob, but feels real Scoob with the rompery in general and stuff. Yeah.
It's weird because watching the Monkees, I think of Scooby-Doo a lot. At least I do. Because it's very Scooby-Doo-ish.
Yeah, definitely. It has the group, the motley crew of people setting out to solve a problem.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the template for it. The Monkees don't have a big goofy dog.
No. But they have that monkey that sits at the table at the monkey pad.
Yes, this is true.
And Mr. Kirshner, the dummy.
Mr. Schneider.
Did I call him Kirshner?
You called him Kirshner, which would have been better.
Yeah, that's
in retrospect.
That's exactly why I thought they called him that. That's interesting. So I'm putting in my own hatred.
The Mr. Schneider was different. He was on the TV staff.
Yeah.
Not the music staff.
Yeah, that's right. The other guy, Nesmith, wanted to punch in the face. Just everybody.
Yes.
So the episode starts with them having band practice.
Yes.
Which is cool to see because there's no musical anything in the first episode.
Absolutely.
So they're having band practice and the landlord shows up and he says he's going to kick them out because Peter says we just paid September's rent.
Yeah, but that was for July.
The laugh track comes in. And then then the landlord says his lawyer's coming with the dispossession papers. And they're getting kicked out. And then Mike says,
when the lawyer gets here, we don't have to be here. When he asks for the Monkees, all we have to say is, help! Monkees. No, never heard that.
So when the lawyer shows up, they're all dressed up in costumes. Mike's an old man.
The Monkee Ruse.
The Monkee Ruse.
Takes flight.
Yes. So yeah, Mike's an old man. Davey's an old woman. Is it Mickey's the doorman?
I was a 23-hour doorman.
What?
I used to be the 24-hour doorman, but I couldn't take the long hours.
And Peter's the TV repairman.
Your TV's working, mister.
Is the TV working?
It's working so hard it's tired.
And so the guy can't give the papers to them, but then they find out that it was an eccentric millionaire has left them something. So then they fast change out of their clothes and hey, we're the Monkees.
Hey.
The lawyer doesn't believe them. and he tells them to tell the Monkees to come by.
Ha.
Boom. Intro. Boom. And we go through the intro. Again, still the original intro. Mm-hmm. But opens with Davey smashing his head on the bell.
Yeah. You ever notice at the end of the original first season intro, when they're playing the song, they're having a good time, and Davey just smacks the tambourine, 1, 2, 3, 4, bang, and just kind of stands there and smiles. That says the Monkees.
Yeah,
Not
doesn't shake the tambourine out.
Not a musician.
No.
Not an instrument playing type of guy.
Yeah, this is it. Done.
Like, you think he'd go jazz hands or something with his background.
You'd think something.
Not this time.
No, that's the one they use. That's the best one.
Yep.
That's the ones when they had one take. It's like, hey, you got it. You did it on time. Let's get out of here.
And next song.
Yeah.
Clarksville. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. In front of that gold.
Yeah. They do a bunch of the first album in front of that thing.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely do a bunch of the first album. I haven't been checking them off, but they do Clarksville, I think.
Yep. I think it's always, I have it written down when they're in front of the yellow.
They do Mike songs. They do Sweet Young Thing, I think, in that formation.
I think so. I think Steppin' Stone is like that as well.
Yes.
The theme just at the beginning. Do they ever play the theme in the song, in the show?
I don't, just like incidentally, there might be like a little recording of it. Yeah. But I don't think they're ever at a gig playing the Monkees song.
Yeah, no, I don't
Or if
either.
it does come up, it's like some weird version, a sped up version, or like
yeah.
Kind of pointing at it, or Mickey going, hey, I'm a monkey.
Yeah.
And they talk about, the dark future.
So then we come back, the outside of the scary castle, with
Yes.
like the ocean and all that stuff. And see, that's very Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Just that in itself is very Scooby-Doo to me. And
Scooby-Doo's not a thing yet, but that's very Scooby-Doo.
it is. It's kind of strange. Like, I always thought it was the opposite. I thought it was like Scooby-Doo was influencing the Monkees, but I think...
That's the influence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So the Monkees show up, and this is the first time we see them, other than in the interview, but in the Monkees, the maroon shirts with the dark red shirts, the gray checkered pants, the big round belts.
Yes.
That's full on Monkees.
All
They
the way.
show up. Mike's still got the hat. This is the first time we see the Monkees to me.
Aside from the intro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like in an episode.
In the episode, yes.
This is the first time.
I mean, if they're going to go sleep in a haunted house,
Yeah.
got to suit up.
Exactly. Yes. And so the butler tells them that the late John Cunningham has left them something.
A long time ago, you returned a wallet to Mr. Cunningham containing $600. He always appreciated that.
Oh, because it showed our honesty.
Oh, no, sir. Because it wasn't his wallet.
So that's why he liked it, because he got 600 extra bucks. Wow. He's paying it forward after being a schmutz.
After being a schmutz. Delightful.
He was. Cunningham, bit of a schmutz. So they meet his spiritualist, or like the palm reader.
Wanna read my palm? No, wait till they make it into a movie.
And then they meet Kingsley, his traveling companion. Mm-hmm. And his thing, he's like, he keeps naming off books he's written that he thinks people might know.
Perhaps you've read some of my books. 12 walking tours through the Sahara. Beverly Hills on 5 shillings a day.
That's his hook.
Yes.
Throughout the episode, he's naming off stupid books. Mm-hmm. And they meet the grandniece, Ellie, who Davey instantly falls in love with.
Statistics prove that 2 out of 3 teenage marriages end in divorce.
3 out of 3.
4 out of 3.
He gets the sparkly eyes.
The sparkly eyes.
And then the sparkly eyes were actually like physically scratched into the film when they were editing. It wasn't like a visual effect.
Yeah.
It's like they scratched, and they did that throughout the whole series.
That's wild to think about.
It is. Also, just to damage the film like that. Like,
kind of, yeah.
If you want to go back, like, oh, let's get rid of that. Nah, sorry.
It's like in Star Wars when they did the lasers and things.
Yeah.
That's how they had to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's the physical world.
They didn't have, iPads.
Yeah, no. But the Monkees did. They seem to have every other gadget in the world.
They're way ahead of it.
Yeah. They play a recording of Cunningham's will. It's him reading it himself. Mm-hmm. Kingsley and this palm reader, they think they're going to get left the mansion. That's the big thing, is this mansion.
Yes.
And then the Monkees get left an organ, and they're super stoked. Hey, free organ? Let's do this. They're excited. And then it gets announced that the grandniece, Ellie, gets the mansion.
Oh.
And then it grumps out Kingsley and the palm reader.
Grumps out, as they say.
And everything is left to Ellie as long as she spends one night in the mansion. And that's That's it. So everybody's, bummed out.
Yes.
But the Monkees say, let's play a song on the organ. And they go over. Monkees Romp #1 starts with Last Train to Clarksville.
Yes, known for its organ lick.
Exactly, yeah. and with this, too, it's like this is the first time Clarksville has been played in the series.
On the show, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, boom, right there, because it's already on the charts. This connects the people. Oh, this band, I know this song.
Yes.
And they do the romp. Stock footage of planes and trains crashing, people on rocket skates on ice, and stuff like that.
We used up all the romp footage last episode.
Yeah.
Quick, where's the stock footage?
But it's also like the boys on a merry-go-round.
Yeah, like they made some of their own stock footage of them just doing things.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do today? Where can we go? What can we wear? Let's do the thing. They go to the planetarium.
Yeah. Do stuff there. Go to the beach with that Jeepy-looking thing. Yep. Zipping around on that. Davey falling in love with Ellie.
Where's our goofy little unicycles?
Yeah.
Get those out.
Exactly. Yeah, those show up in this on motorcycles.
Was this one of the scooters, too? They got, like, kind of scooter things?
Yeah. They zip around on those.
Like, this is wild. It was probably mind-blowing to see these guys on all these weird little vehicles.
100%, especially because they're in a haunted mansion, and now they're zipping around on a beach. Yeah, but I'm saying to look at them.
It's the transportative power of playing Last Train to Clarksville on this haunted organ.
It's true.
It takes you
to the beach.
Takes you and the boys to the beach. Takes you and the boys to the unicycle track.
Yeah, exactly. So they romp around, then
mad romping. Come
back to the mansion, and it's the boys like, okay, we're gonna take our organ and go home because this worked out for us perfectly.
Yes.
And the butler tells them, no more fairies tonight. The fog.
Oh, the dreaded fog.
It's the foggy season. They say, when's the foggy season?
It's hard to estimate, sir. I'd say approximately from 1820 to 1975.
Oops. So they should have known they weren't going home that night.
This is one of a couple times they mention a year in the 70s, and it's the future.
Yeah.
For comedic effect. 70s?
Yeah, weird. Weird.
Very weird. Almost born when they're in the year they're talking about.
Yeah. And so then the boys, they're shown to their room because they have to stay the night. So they get up there, and of course, they all have PJs. They all brought their PJs.
Yes.
Peter has his with the blue bird on it.
Yes. They all got unique pajamas.
Yeah, and they carry on throughout the series. So they really like these PJs.
Yep.
And so they're all scared. They can't sleep. So someone has to stay up to keep everybody safe. So they do like the shoots, like 1, 2, 3, shoot. Do it 3 times. The third time, a hoof comes out, and they run out of the room scared.
A hoof?
A hoof.
A hoof?
A hoof. Is it a hoof?
I'm not sure who calls it a hoof.
I call it a hoof.
Hooves?
Yeah, hooves. Singular hoof. Is that a hoof?
The hoof.
All right.
The hoof. The hoof is on fire.
So a goat hand is there with their hands. and they fast forward right away. Or the goat hand.
The goat hand.
The boys run into the palm reader in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. I just had a vision about the butler. Either he's going to take a long, pleasant journey and enjoy good fortune, or he's dead. Which is it? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
And the boys run to see which it is, and there are knives stuck in the walls. The place is messed up in the big room where they got, the will read to them.
It looks like someone's been murdered.
Kingsley and Ellie say that they should call the police, but the lines have been cut. It's one of those old-timey phones, the two-handle phones, right? So then the palm reader tells Ellie that she's in trouble and that the mansion is filled with evil. And then Kingsley takes Ellie to her room, and as Mickey and Davy are looking at the knives in the wall, they hear Ellie screaming. She keeps screaming, no. And they go in and they see that it's just Kingsley asking if she's read his books.
No. Dining out in Greenland?
No.
Picnic spots along the Ganges?
No.
Philadelphia, where to find it?
No.
So the Kingsley...
Har.
Hilarious. So Mike tries to get a carrier pigeon to take a message to land, and he gets a pigeon, but it has a note on it that says,
Please don't strap a message to my leg. I am not a carrier pigeon.
So then he finds these bones in a closet, these enormous bones.
Like you do.
Then he tries to attract a St. Bernard, and a St. Bernard shows up, and it has a note that says,
There is a message for you on the pigeon.
That's a solid.
It is
solid setup.
It's the
animals.
The pigeon one's funny, and it's like, oh, okay. And then the St. Bernard one comes in, like, oh, okay, that just made the pigeon
Second
one
level
funny.
of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. And they could do that kind of wackiness within, it's like classic Monkees shenanigandery.
2 episodes in, and it's classic Monkees.
Exactly, yeah. So the boys wake up, they're all sleeping in the big long bed, like all 4 of them in the bed together.
Of course.
And they wake up because they hear gunshots going on. And they run into the palm reader.
I must warn Mr. Kingsley. I just had a vision. He's going to be shot in 10 minutes.
Hey, we deterred shot.
Oh, yeah? My watch must be slow.
Oh. Wow.
Again.
A lot of violence.
There's a lot of violence.
We'll notice in this, kids show.
Yeah, there is. It comes up, too, in another episode, too, with the toys. I think it's the next episode. All the toys are violent toys.
Yes.
They're all bombs. And anyway, yeah, a lot of violence.
It's Vietnam times.
Yeah.
Gotta get the kids interested in getting drafted.
You really did. You did. So they, with Kingsley missing, this is where Mickey and his mad scientist, he takes the radio and the phone and gets them to work together so he can call someone. And he just gets that Russian sub.
Do you speak our language?
Yes, I do.
Thank goodness. Do you know how to send an SOS?
Yes, I do.
Wow, great. What's your location?
Yes, I do.
Which is hilarious. He gets in touch with someone who can't speak English. But hey, you got in touch with someone. So that's saying something. So they have a seance to contact Cunningham to see who's being killed. And they just get in touch with the ghost of Christmas past and all of these other things. Then the lights go out, come back on. Palm reader's missing.
She's gone.
And the boys, of course, full hijinks. And then it's kind of weird because then it cuts to commercial, I'm assuming, and then comes back, and it's the next morning. And they spent the night, and they did it.
And,
boom,
to bed.
Everybody else is gone.
Ghosts. What do you think this is?
Exactly. Yeah. So Ellie's waiting for the ferry, and Mike suggests they go outside and play some music.
Hey, listen, why don't we go outside and we can play a little music? That ought to cheer us up.
Why not?
And then one of the paintings, the eyes are like human eyes looking through. So something's going on. But they decide to go play some music, and boom, Monkees Romp #2. Tomorrow's going to be another day.
Underrated, too.
Yeah. It's a good song. It's got its moments, for sure. Yeah, it doesn't come up. It was on the first record, right? Like,
yes.
First side, first record.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they work in a lot of things about tomorrow and days. I mean, look out, here comes tomorrow. This just doesn't seem to even be my day.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere in the middle, you got tomorrow's going to be another day.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if this is a voice and heart joint or not, but maybe they just had a limited vocabulary and just kind of kept grabbing the same words out of a box.
Maybe that's how they put it together.
Maybe.
I think it is.
But it's a Mickey tune. It's a good one. One of the things I noticed, I don't think it was in the first episode, released, but the guitar wipe.
Yeah. I think
Batman style guitar wipe.
Yeah.
And Batman's another thing, is like a kindred spirit to this show. I think it was kind of out at the same time.
Yep.
This might be a Scooby-Doo thing where Batman wasn't quite out or was out at the same time.
Yeah. But they're all drinking from the same pool.
They're all drinking from the same Burbank outdoor pool.
Yeah. And actually, tomorrow's going to be another day was Tommy Boyce and Steve Vennett.
What the heck?
Yeah, so he's moonlighting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He briefly broke up with Bobby Hart.
Yeah.
And Steve convinced him that tomorrow was going to be another day and they should write a song about it.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Might have been what happened there.
And then he's like, you're right, it is. And tomorrow I'm going to call Bobby Hart and get rid of you, Steve Vennett. You're okay. You're no Clarksville, bud.
And then,
wow. So in this Monkees Romp, they're dressed up as monsters, as like Native Americans. They're scuba diving in a pool. It's also the one where they're dressed as Tarzan and swinging around, and they're getting scared by other monsters. That's essentially this romp.
Yes.
Is what goes on.
They're at the planetarium for some of this romp, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And the pool that they're in, scuba diving, is the same pool they're in Head.
Oh, wow.
That they're in, yeah.
That's quality
Crazy.
information.
Yeah, there you go.
It is neat. And it's neat seeing the stuff around L.A. You know, once you're into music and movie and television culture for a bit, and there's famous spots in L.A., and the Monkees were just like, we need a place to shoot a romp. I'm not sure they refer to it as a romp quite yet, but they're like, a lot of cool places to go, for sure.
Yeah, I think in one of the commentaries they say it's referred to as a musical romp in the script.
Okay.
In the actual script, it's like, oh, we have to have a musical romp here.
All right, get the dune buggy.
And it is interesting because the musical romps are essentially commercials for the record, because there wasn't music videos.
Right.
There wasn't anything else.
Right.
So it's like, here's the song. You like this song? Go buy the record. And there's there's probably like this thing, like 2 songs every episode. There's 2 romps essentially.
Sometimes it's like 4 songs or 3 songs. They like sometimes they work in a lot more songs, but they work together. The songs draw attention to the show, which gets the viewers to the show, support the advertisers. Look at how many people are watching the show, and then the show itself has the songs. Buy the record, buy this product, and
it was a perfect
multimedia event, and that did not happen much quite yet. Like the Beatles and Elvis, and like maybe some people who tried to emulate the Beatles and Elvis.
Yeah, but this is like the first one made for this purpose, like made
specifically a show first kind of thing.
Yeah, like everything built in, everything's in this.
Yeah,
package.
because obviously Elvis was a trucker from Tupelo who went and sang into a booth at Sun Records, and the Beatles were the Beatles. They were a band playing at strip clubs, and eventually they got so famous. People are like, "What do we do with these guys? Let's put them in a movie."
Yeah, anything we could put them in.
And then that kind of begat, you know, the guys in L.A., Bob and Bert, are like, "How about the Beatles, but a TV show?"
Yeah.
And maybe we can get this British kid involved.
Exactly. Yeah. Would you think almost like Davey kind of led legitimacy to it? Do you know what I mean? Like how if you get like a guy from
being
like
British was mad hot at the time.
Exactly.
For sure.
So you bring him in. It's like, oh no, we're making this show about a punk rock band. Oh really? It's like, yeah, but we got, Fat Mike is producing it. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
I'll give it a try then. Whereas if it's just a bunch of S Club 7 punk rockers.
Some deep cut references.
Is that too deep? I wasn't sure where to go with
I'm not sure how many
Monkees
Monkee
fans.
Podcast browsers who Fat Mike.
Now they're going to look it up. And they're
They
like,
will.
Wow. I love NoFX now.
And now
it's changed my
everybody
life.
is going to change. NoFX is going to be on the Billboard charts.
It's going to happen.
They're going to get the, what do we call it? The Podcast Valley Sunday bump.
Yep.
Just being mentioned. And S Club 7 now.
Yeah, that's
nice
true.
Work.
Yeah.
Way to hand it out to the guys who could use maybe a boost in the public eye nowadays.
I'm sure S Club
well
7
played.
would appreciate it.
You give props to Claire from 90210 who didn't make the new show.
No.
Yeah.
No, I guess not, eh? Yeah, she did not make it.
Ray Pruitt, poor bastard.
I haven't seen the new show yet. I have it on DVR, and I hear it's weird.
It's weird. It's neat. You got to kind of buy into the concept itself.
That's what I hear.
That they're not the characters. They're them, like slightly fictionalized versions of them, which is still very cool.
It's almost like
kind of twisting it a little. Like you're not going to be watching a show where Don and David have kids, and it's like whatever. It's them, but living the life that they live because of that show, and they have their own interpersonal drama and stuff. And at one point, Andrea says, "I can't believe everyone's here," and Jason Priestley says, "I wish that was true."
Yeah.
The heart she breaks.
Heartless. Buying into the concept of 90210 is almost like the idea of when the Monkees did that thing in 96.
Yes.
Remember? And they were in the house. Mike was there. And it was that kind of time.
That was like the Monkey Paw wish. Like, why can't we bring the Monkees back? All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Maybe they make a record. But it'd be neat to see them do the show again.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Yeah.
They had their hand on every single. There's like a headquarters style.
Yeah.
Here's this. Hope you like it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was crazy. I've recently just seen it again because I've been digitizing my VHS tapes.
Oh, you found your tape?
Yeah, and that was the one. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm watching part of it. I was like, this is crazy. because it was very much.
And is it the exact same place? Did they find that set?
I don't know.
It looks.
Maybe they had to rebuild it or something, but it was the place.
It was the boys.
The
beach house.
Yeah,
it was wild.
They talk about how the house goes through different.
It's a few different houses.
Versions, but it's the same house.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it's supposed to be the same house, but it's kind of shifts around throughout the years until they get to Head, and then because I always forget that's the house when they're in Head, and you see like from like Mike's bedroom or whatever.
Yeah, the door with the thing on it.
Yeah,
like you don't see many wide shots of the house itself. I don't think.
Not really.
You see them in front of the window a bit.
Yeah, you kind of like the kitchen to the living room. Yeah, like the spirally stairs are there, and but it's like a different.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house kind of moves as they move.
It's true.
Yes. So anyway,
where were we?
We're in the romp. We're finishing the romp right now. After the romp, everybody, no one feels better. They're all still bummed out.
Yes.
The romp didn't help, oddly enough. But then they hear laughing.
More of a womp.
Yeah, it's a romp instead of a romp. Romp. This is not that.
Afraid not.
So they hear laughing, and they go and they look through I think they look through the keyhole or something like that, and they see the goat hand pick up a drink, and it pulls back, and it's like Kingsley, the palm reader, and the butler,
right?
And they're all happy because they scared her away, I guess. And Davy asks Mickey if he still has the knockout pills he was working on.
Of course.
Hey, do you still have those knockout pills you're experimenting on? Yeah, but the experiment's not complete yet. They will be soon.
The mad scientist Mickey has these knockout pills.
For sure he's working on a date rape drug.
Yeah. Mickey.
That rapscallion.
And so then he says like they haven't been tested yet. And he gives them to Davy. And Davy puts them into everybody's drinks, the bad guy's drinks. And then Peter shows up, and he's being loud, and the bad guys hear them and come outside. And they pull out a gun, and Peter pulls out, he says he has a gun. He doesn't really have a gun. He pulls out his finger, pretends to shoot the guy, and that's exactly when the knockout pill takes over.
Wow.
And the guy falls over. Peter does it to the other two, and they fall down too. Peter, he has the magic finger there, knocks all these people out. That's what he's known for. And Haight Asbury, Peter, magic finger torque. And then they realize that there's no ghosts. It was just these people doing it. And then the ghost of Christmas Past pipes up and scares them all, and they all go running out. At the end, they tell the cops what happens. They take them away, and Davy's in love. Essentially, that's how it ends. Davy being in love again.
He's in love.
Yeah, for the very first time today.
Yes. Oh,
I wonder if
she's gone by next week.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so does Davy? No girls make it to the next.
I don't think so.
Ever, right? Why would they?
The big influence on Seinfeld. I think, where it's a different chick every week.
Yeah.
She's got my jacket.
Obviously, this is a big episode for the monkey scare.
Yeah.
Where they're like spontaneously scaring the crap out of each other.
Yeah, just turning around and they're there each time. Yeah, they go on a streak of that at one point.
You could do it happens quite a bit in a number of episodes, just sometimes out of nowhere. But this one, you could do a drinking game for it.
Yes. I suggest you don't. Because you will really be schmashed.
You could, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, you could, but don't. So, overall thoughts for you on this Monkee See Monkee Die.
This is a good one, and it made me, but it gave me the feeling like when you watch an old Marx Brothers movie, where you see these jokes that have been told again and again and again, but this was like one of the first times you see these things.
Yeah.
Similar to how you thought it was
Scooby-Doo
era, but it wasn't quite yet.
Yeah.
Like, there's the thing, they got to stay in a haunted house to get the money? Wow. This again? But, like, it probably hadn't happened that much.
Yeah. It was like...
Because the culture of half-hour storytelling was still pretty new.
Yeah. And also, Groucho Marx really liked the Monkees.
Yes.
Bob Rafelson spoke to him. It was like, he really enjoyed it. Because it is. It's the Three Stooges. It's, Groucho Marx. It's any of the silent film comedians, essentially.
And the physicality of it all.
Yeah.
And the faces and just the weird lo-fi special effects. Like, I remember forget which Marx Brothers movie it is, but someone hands Harpo a check. Like they're getting paid for something, and he lets it go, and it drops to the floor. Like you can sort of see the strings. It goes to the floor and comes back.
Oh yeah,
so the check bounces. This is 1933 practical effects. And but it's like that kind of spirit in the Monkees, where they're like, "Hey, can we get this to happen?
Yeah.
Can we make Mr. Schneider talk for a second?
Yeah.
Can we do like these things?" And just figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
Probably on the spot a lot.
Yeah, and you also have the safety net of if you do see the strings, that's okay. You know what I mean? Like it's all with a wink and a nod to the audience anyway.
And to think like a television set in the house at the time, it's probably not HD.
Yeah.
You can't see the strings or a lot of what's going on.
That's true because you're on antenna anyway. So
Yeah.
it's buzzing in and out.
It's probably a little snowy
Yeah.
in Malibu where the Monkees are hanging out.
And that is one thing I got to say with the Blurays, watching the show is amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah, to see it. I like they don't push in to make it widescreen just so it can be widescreen.
And like they don't like there's no pan and scan or whatever.
And if there is, it's in the show.
Yeah.
So they do a couple push-ins that aren't real push-ins. You can see, but it's like
I know, but like
the
things I don't know if sometimes it's the TV itself where they get into the motion smoothing.
Oh, it's a TV. Yeah. Oh, it's weird.
And like you're watching like Beverly Hills Cop, which is from 1984. You know what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like a movie from 1984, but it looks like you're looking through a window at Eddie Murphy and Judge Reinhold, and it takes you out of it every second.
100%. When I got my TV, it was set on that, and I was like, "Oh my god, how do I get this off?" I was gonna take it back. I'm like, I can't watch it. I can't everything looks so popular.
I get why, but nobody wants.
Yeah, it's better for like sports, I guess. People say, and I watched that, and it looks, oh wow, this is cool. But when you're watching a movie and it looks like it's shot on a VHS, cleaned up, it's just too crisp. Everything's in focus.
It is neat when you watch the Jays, and it looks like you're just opening a window in front of second base.
Yeah,
and then there's the picture. Oh, okay, we're here.
Yeah, but with the Monkees, it's amazing how
they kept it.
Fantastic.
The colors look great, and it looks like the 60s. It looks like how you feel like it's supposed to look.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And I think when we get later on into when it was filmed differently, like for the live show thing.
Yeah.
And the Paris show. Like you'll see this, like they have film, but they're like remote. Maybe they're using remote crews. Maybe, but it looks different, feels different.
It might be like handheld cameras.
Yeah. And like for the live show, just get a perspective on how quick all this happened. They shot the footage for the live show in January. The show came out in September. And so that's how quick they were like functioning as a band and not doing a show. And then the episode came out like March, April, I guess. But to think just perspective-wise, how quick that is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And especially then, too, you had to get things like the film had to get developed. You had to like color the film, color timing, just syncing, cutting on the film, splicing it together. Yeah. It's a totally different ball game.
For sure. But as far as like the show got big, Clarksville hit big. I'm a Believer hit big. And they're like, get on the road, boys.
Yeah, get out. I don't know how to play the tambourine.
So now, in addition to the show and the songs, there's concert tickets. There's probably some rudimentary merchandise. Because the idea of selling merch at a show, invented by the Beatles, where the guys are selling the pillowcases that the Beatles slept on, or pieces of their hair from the stylist, or whatever. And like,
imagine how much money you could make as a stylist if you just swept up all 4 Beatles' hair and just sold it like 5 strands on a piece of tape. You'd still be selling that.
Yeah, sure. This is Ringo's hair.
Yeah,
but
it does not matter. People don't care. They're just happy to get it.
Oh, man.
Man, and also in this episode, there's a thing where the palm reader is saying, like, oh, the mansion will be mine. I've read it. And then she holds up her hand, and it just says mansion will be mine on her hand.
That's cute.
Yeah, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is the first don't do that.
Yeah, yes.
Peter says it to Mickey.
It's definitely kind of a bit of a catchphrase of theirs.
Yeah, or Peter scares Mickey, and Mickey says it to him.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Even when I hear somebody say that now, I just think of the Monkees, which is kind of weird.
For sure, it's a thing.
But yeah, it's unreal.
It's like if someone says, she's gone, or he's gone. That's definitely a Monkees thing. Or, gee, I wish Mike was here. Is there ever somewhere where Mike isn't and somebody wishes Mike was there?
Yeah.
Someone mentions it. It definitely takes you back to the Monkees.
Yeah.
Second season, mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have here too, the monkeys scaring each other. We talked about that. And then in the romp, they're in those weird red and black one-piece bathing suits.
Yeah.
Those old-timey things that have muskets.
There's
running
that,
around.
yes. There's some stuff that became really iconic, mostly from how it's used in the intro.
Yeah.
And Peter's
Yeah.
bouncing backwards
Bouncing backwards.
in the musket suit.
Yeah, and I think the bouncing backwards is a reverse film thing.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yes,
yeah, 'cause
yes.
I always wondered
Rocket
how
back.
he did that. I was like, how does he move like that? Then I saw it. In
You
this
see it?
episode, you see him go forwards,
Yes.
and then a couple
and then
shots
they
later.
rocket
so-
back, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
But yeah.
a bunch of that when
Yeah.
you see it later.
it pops up
Yes.
quite a bit. So any highlights of the show for you that you can think
This
of?
one was just, I don't know, kind of fun. Tunes were okay-ish.
We do get to see them play Last Train to Clarksville as a band, like
That is
actually
true.
playing it. To
True,
me, that's
thanks
what
to
I
that
say.
organ.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That to me is my highlight, is seeing them play.
It's true. Finally getting to see them play.
And as you say,
Clarksville.
Mike is smiling when he's playing.
Yes. And that is a rare phenomenon.
Yes.
It happens in the opening credits. They managed to sneak a
Yeah.
thing of that where it says Mike. And then you don't see it much else.
No, but in Clarksville, he's downright giddy. He's the
Having
happiest I've
the
ever
best
seen
time.
him. Is when he's smiling.
It's fun to see because most of the time he's very stoic, very focused on the music.
Yeah,
Maybe he's a little upset that they're not really playing.
yeah,
Could be a combination of things, but Mike's trademark when they're performing is he's just standing over to the left and he's very serious
Yeah.
about what's going on. And he's playing the chords as best he can.
Yeah.
And just close to it as possible. Mickey's behind the kit, sitting there.
Yeah.
Like sort of idly tapping, singing also most of the time.
yeah. He's doing
And
enough to.
Davy's doing the tambourine / maraca thing. And Peter's being Peter,
Yeah,
the high energy guy. In the
yeah.
group.
Playing bass,
Yes.
loving life,
Having a time.
going full torque. Actually,
Excellent.
one thing. Well, for me, I think I said the highlights the Last Train to Clarksville, them playing together. But Tomorrow's Gonna Be Another Day is credited as Tomorrow Is Another Day. I noticed.
At
yeah,
the end?
yeah. In the
Huh.
end credits, I saw that. So
Wow.
weird.
Probably maybe couldn't fit on that
Maybe.
slide.
Maybe. And the palm reader, she's gonna show up again in episode 28, Monkees on the Line. She pops back up.
Oh.
And as a personal thing, I have some Monkees trading cards,
Ooh.
and they're from this episode. The pictures on it are from this episode.
I got
So when I see this episode, I think of those cards because I used to just stare at those.
Another thing about Clarksville, the video here, is there's a lot of edits. And I think it's the first time you see that many edits in a thing. And we talk about the Monkees kind of inventing the music video, even though the Beatles kind of beat them to it. But as
Yeah.
far as having something cut together, just as a function of the song, this was kind of an early
Yeah.
of that many edits
For sure.
put together.
And also the disconnectedness from what you're seeing to what you're hearing.
Yes.
Like seeing them romp around and doing, they're in a desert, now they're on the beach, and now they're, at the conservatory or wherever they are.
Listening to a song about going off to war and not sure if you're ever coming home.
Yeah. It's like, it's interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, so happy.
So
happy.
chipper, but
Yeah.
it's a harrowing tale.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I don't even think about Last Train to Clarksville anymore when I hear it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's
yeah,
the thing. It's
But-
and like at all the shows, it's played very early.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like an obligatory song to hear at a Monkee show.
It is.
And so it is, but it's still a decent tune.
It's one of
gonna-
those songs you just heard so much.
Yes.
It's taken away how peppy and radical it really is.
Yes.
It's just like,
Peppy and radical. I like
Yeah.
that.
but it's like one of those things. Like, if we went to a Monkees show
Yeah.
and they're like, we're not going to play anything off the first 2 records even, we could be like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
let's get into it. And not saying I don't want to hear any of those songs.
Right.
But, and people would argue that those sold the most, those 2 records are
Yes.
the biggest records and blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
But when you first get into the Monkees, those are the first 2 records you get hammered with.
Yeah.
Like what you just hear around.
Or if you have a best of.
Yeah, like the greatest hits record we had, that set me on the whole thing. I don't know if that's where you started. But like
that was the only thing available at the time.
Yeah.
Like the very, very first thing
Yeah.
was Mom and Dad's. They had Monkees and More Than Monkees on vinyl.
Yep.
By the TV.
Yep.
And so that was a bit of a gateway. But I was always like, so where's You Just May Be the One? Or there were songs from the show that weren't on the records. Like, how are we going to solve this? And there was no internet.
Yeah.
You know, we would just have to hear the songs on the show or tape them off the show.
Yeah.
And eventually they would be reissued and we'd dig them up somewhere else. But the thing about here in Clarksville, and I'm a believer, let's say, at the shows, is like they have an obligation to play the songs. But the cool thing about the Monkee shows is they know who's buying these tickets. And they're alongside of these obligatory songs, there's these deep cuts.
Yeah.
They will play the stuff that the fans are here to see. Mm-hmm. They will play, Auntie's Municipal Court. They will play, like they would play Auntie Griselda when Peter was still around. And it was just, they knew who was buying the tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
And they cater to the people buying tickets, but they also cater to the casual fan.
Yeah.
But they are aware that the set list is built for the people who are still coming out to see the Monkees 50 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
50 plus years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I know for me, probably grade 8, I really started getting into the Monkees.
Yeah.
And I had the greatest hits on tape. I probably taped yours.
Yeah, probably.
And I would listen to it literally every night before I went to bed. Every single night. And I usually would hear up to Steppin' Stone. And if I heard Shades of Grey, which was the last song, I knew something was bothering me. Oh. And it's true. Even now when I hear Shades of Grey, it makes me kind of unnerved. Because it's like, if I heard that laying in bed, I'm like, okay, well, I should be asleep right now. What's going on? So if I heard the tape go click and turn off, and I'd start it over again, forget about it. There's something going on. But no, I listened to that every night before bed for probably 2 years.
Yeah.
Something like that, every night, which is crazy.
It's a trip because, as we mentioned, we've got the box set and then everything else. It kind of seemed like the Rhino reissues, everything kind of kept up with us for a bit.
Yeah.
We were like, we're out of stuff, we need some more. And they missing links too, and like filling in these gaps. But just having that first Monkees Greatest Hits, you look at the track list, that's a tight, deep best of.
It is.
And it's not quite just the hits. There's some other cool tracks on there.
Yeah.
It's a good one to have.
It really is. It's if anyone's like, what should I get into? It's a good one to get you in, because if you start them off with like Head, right? Even if they're like super into it, it's like if you're super into Head and that's the first thing you heard, there's nowhere else to go. Do you know what I mean? Like if that's the thing, it's like you could hit up some other records around there.
Yeah, you need to know how you got there.
Exactly. If you just jump right in and love it, it's like, well, if you go backwards, like if you're listening to more of the Monkees, it's going to seem like a weird step back.
True.
But yeah, no. So I gotta say, for this episode, it's a very, very Monkees episode, even though it is only the second one.
Yeah.
But it's them as a band, it's them as the dudes. It's like the hijinks, the weird hook of the haunted mansion and all that stuff. And it plays into the cartooniness of them all, like in the long bed together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the long pajamas.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
Yes. And then music-wise, there's the hit, and there's also kind of the deeper cut.
Yeah.
With Tomorrow's Gonna Be Another Day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Which is kind of cool.
It is.
Still just 2 songs. But, there's enough story to go around and get you through the episode.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good second episode, I'd have to say.
Yes, quite.
So do you have any other things to add to this Monkee See Monkee Die episode?
I think we touched upon everything I wanted to talk about. Do you want to do the very first of a concept for our Monkees countdown? You see.
Oh.
As we could just list our favorite Monkee songs in order from last to first, or we could discuss randomly selected Monkee songs and at the same time place them in the countdown, and then ultimately we'll know what our favorite, like, I'm interested in seeing what our top 12 would be. Not necessarily what's at the very top, because it's going to be hard to choose.
Yeah, we're going to have to make concessions.
It's going to be fistfights.
Yeah.
But like in terms of how we talk about them, I would not be looking forward to like several weeks of talking about the songs on Poulet.
Yeah,
let's say,
exactly. I think
right?
Poulet's almost one song you can just put up at the end.
But we could pick like 3 random songs, say a thing or two about them.
Yep.
And then like say, okay, well, there's this, and this. And then next week, well, this is ahead of all those songs. This is below all those songs.
Okay.
And so like we kind of like jump from era to era, maybe, or maybe we don't. Depends what songs are picked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and so far, for the purpose of our countdown, we're going to include album songs, single songs, and
like unreleased deeper.
not yet.
Okay.
We'll open with there's the album songs, the single songs, and that was then This Is Now, which is a compilation song, but it was released as a proper single. That brings us to 150 songs.
Really,
Just
even
from that. So boom, that. And if by some miracle we get through all that, maybe we talk about some Missing Link songs.
Nice.
Maybe we talk about the Christmas album. But this is like the 60s era. Poulet, Justice, Good Times.
Did you see that the Christmas album just came out on vinyl?
On vinyl. Very excited about that.
Yeah.
And I hope they put Ryu Shio on it because I'm very upset that they didn't.
Everybody
except for
is.
the Target. Because like that was the first thing I thought about getting
Me
the
too.
Monkees record
Yeah.
with having Ryu Shio on it for sure, and then it wasn't.
No,
So,
I found that in a lot of the comments. A lot of people were very surprised because it's a great song. I remember it was on Missing Links Volume 2.
Yes.
And I played the crap out of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, hit me.
So there we go. I reached into my green wool hat.
Oh, geez, going random.
And then we're gonna pick out a song. And today's first song is oh no. Oh no. It's a song from Headquarters called Mr. Webster.
Ooh.
But an album cut. It's from Headquarters, which is the kind of neat thing where Leonard Nimoy becomes a Vulcan and the boys become a real band.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of a creepy little story.
It is.
And
It is.
It's an alright tune.
I can say when I was younger, I think it's a song that when you're younger, it can really dig into you.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, because the story is the guy, Mr. Webster.
Yeah.
He works at the bank for 30 years.
Yes.
Yes.
And he thwarted several robberies. He never got a raise.
Yeah.
And then spoiler alert, he steals all the money.
Yeah. At the end, they have a retirement party for him.
But
He
doesn't
sends a
show up.
telegram.
Yes.
Says, I'm sorry, stop. Cannot attend.
Yeah.
I've gone away and taken all your money. What does he say after that? There's something that rhymes.
Wish you were here to help me spend.
Yes.
Said sorry, stop, cannot attend. I've flown away and taken all your money. Wish you were here to help me spend.
Yes.
And it's a very neat, very adult
Very
little
adult.
story.
And the music to it is very
haunting.
Yeah, like unnerving. Like
Yes.
even now thinking of it, I'm like, ooh. It almost starts off like what's the song? The Hello Darkness, My Old Friend.
Yes.
It starts
Sounds
off
of Silence.
Sounds of Silence. It sounds the similar openings to the two of them. But
yeah, I don't know if that was a conscious touchstone for the song, but definitely that vibe.
Yeah. And it is a good, and it has a little doom 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 doom, and it kind of picks up.
Yes.
While everybody's cleaning up the party.
Yeah, it's a neat little song.
Yeah.
It's very puts images in your head, you know.
It does. It's a story song.
Tells a story, and it takes you somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's
so
they sing it all and they play it all. And
yeah, I like
very
Mr. Webster actually.
Decent song. We're gonna do 3 of these an episode.
Yeah.
So then that puts us in 50 episodes. We'll eventually.
There you go.
Get all the songs did.
But we have to do 58 episodes anyway. So.
Okay. Reach into that wool hat.
Oh, okay, here we go. Ooh,
and pick a song.
Boom. Ooh. Oh, my. All right.
Ooh, oh, my, all right. From, was that on Monkees Present?
Yeah. Okay, it's on 2 records, apparently. Or actually, it's on 3 records if we're really getting into it.
What is it?
Circle Sky.
Oh.
A random pick out of the hat.
Nice.
Circle Sky.
Done.
Okay, I could say the first Circle Sky I knew was the live version from Head because it was on the box set.
Yes.
And I didn't even know about the other one until I found the tape.
Yes.
This is another story I'll tell a number of times. But I found the Head tape at a used place, and I'll tell you that story another time. But that was the first time I heard the regular Circle Sky.
That was a big day.
That was
a treasure trove.
A big. That house is for sale.
Oh,
it was a used record store, and it turned into a house, and now it's for sale. And I was like, I couldn't imagine living there. I'd be like, that's the day I can remember because I found Head, the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees, and the Monkees Present.
That was
on
like
tape.
Twilight Zone stuff.
I'm like, I can literally still remember the whole thing, like seeing it and like actually like making a noise when I saw those tapes. Like, oh my God. And I bought them, ran home, called you right away.
Yes.
You'll never believe what I have. Because at that time, I thought that the Monkees box set was everything. I didn't know that there was songs left off of it. So when I started finding these other things, it was like, there's other songs out there. And so anyway, and they were like the original tapes too. They weren't like the reissue things that came out. But anyway, Circle Sky. For me, that's a song I brought to my guitar teacher to teach me. And I learned it. I actually had to play it, which I can still play actually. Because not that. It just holds that A chord the whole time essentially, other than the riff.
Yeah.
But I love Circle Sky. And the live version is the best. Because again, it's the four of them playing. Peter's got that cool bass line that just kind of just repeats itself.
Yeah.
Mickey's got the drum.
The drums that say drum.
Yeah.
And such a good tune. Such a rocker.
It rips.
They busted out later on Justice.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a neat move.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you wish they did a little more of that.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Because they're re-recording, right, for Justice?
Yes, they re-recorded it. Yes.
Yeah.
With their modern 90s dads in the studio vibe.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. This is digital tape. I would definitely put Circle Sky above Mr. Webster.
I agree. That's a good call. We got time for one more reach into the old wool hat of tunes.
Here we go.
Let's see what else we got.
And just if you're wondering, it's the hat without the buttons on it.
Finally, we get to a Davy song from more of the Monkees called Laugh.
Laugh. Oof. I don't know. We may have to play a little bit of this. I did not know that song.
When you go to a party and you don't know the boys from the girls.
Is that what it is?
That's a lyric from the song. The long hair thing that's happening in these times.
Laugh when you go to a party and you can't tell the boys from the girls.
We have a new bottom of the countdown.
Yes, I think Laugh is below Mr. Webster for me. I gotta say.
It's the extent we have to say about Laugh by the Monkees. It's okay. It's a passable Davy Jones, medium rocker.
It's definitely more of the Monkees feeling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's got that stupid... But yeah, no, it's definitely a song they put on just to fill up the record, I think.
Yep,
That's how I
probably.
would put it.
Okay.
And it's a
fair enough assessment.
It's a Davy song from the second record.
It's true. I have a feeling we might see it once or twice on the show.
Yeah, maybe.
I think.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah, because it'd be More of the Monkees.
More of the Monkees comes out in a couple months from where we are.
Yeah.
But, there's not much to say about it. Song doesn't have much to say.
No.
Neither do we about it.
No. So
Aside
right now...
from the long hair thing about you can't tell the boys from the girls at the party. A very late 60s situation to be in.
Yeah. I'd say more of a mid-60s
Mid-60s, I suppose. A post-Beatles phenomena.
Yeah. So right now we've got Circle Sky's leading the way.
Circle Sky at number 1 with a bullet.
Mr. Webster number 2.
Yes.
And Laugh number 3.
At number 3 with an anchor.
Yeah.
And
at the bottom of the poolet.
And we'll get back to our random Monkees countdown in a future episode of Podcast Valley Sunday.
Yes, I agree, and I'm looking forward to it. I think
Me too.
It's a good idea. It's a great idea. Fun. All right, so I think that wraps up Monkee See Monkee Die.
I believe you are correct.
All right, so from me, Paco,
and me, Jeff,
we will see you next week on Podcast Valley Sunday.
Bye.
Hey Monkees fans, if you like what you're hearing, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're all at Podcast Valley Sunday. We'd love to hear from you. Also on our Facebook group, we'll be updating the countdown every week, so you can keep up to date with that. And if you can rate us, please rate us, but be nice. We're thin-skinned.